Right. Looku Looku crooner. Isn't that the word they use in music?
Yeah, that's the word they use in music. Like.
So I think I knew the song when you started sharing it years ago.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you.
Like 6 years now.
Years. So I want to ask you, is the song the same then when you wrote it and now?
I know.
Let me put it this way. Do you still feel the same way about the song when you wrote it? Because I mean, as a songwriter, sometimes you write a song and then over time you get more revelation or more connection with the song.
Yeah.
So is it the same thing 6 years ago?
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
What was it? What
a
like
lot has changed. First, when it really hit me, I see it as Jesus giving his children, especially we songwriters, they come to us as a comfort first. It's not like an assignment, basically. I don't know for others, but for me, it was basically a comfort to me at that point in time.
Very personal.
Yeah, very personal. And that's actually what happened with the gospel. Like, as soon as it's the woman who went out to, come and see somebody who has, done this. So the heart of love, the heart that God has transformed, has that enthusiasm to share. Before I really got into the songwriting thing, these were just songs that blessed me.
Oh, so there are many of them.
Yeah,
they are. There are many similar to Looku Looku. Similar to Looku Looku, and also, it's been a rich 6 years of songwriting, basically. Yeah, I had to own it as soon as it came.
Okay, this Looku Looku in particular, was it like in beats, then we started passion.
Wasn't like did it come fully? Because I know that it's a 6 minute song.
The lyrics of the song, if you listen to it, for instance, I like the fact that it dwelt so much on Christ.
Yeah.
And you are picturing that just keep on looking at him, and regardless of the circumstance, you're saying something about Peter. All of us were at sea.
Yeah.
So was it situations that were coming in big?
So I think you understand my question, because I was asking, what was it like then? Like, did the song evolve?
Situations.
Was it a small like two-liner that now grew up into events? Yeah.
Okay, so this is the story. Yeah. When the song, we basically had shared the story how the chorus met me in a place of. So I just finished masturbating, and very, very funny story. Like, I was tired. I came back to the room, cleaned myself up, came into the room, picked up my Bible. I was like, let me find solace in a particular scripture that says we have a. Okay, before I came out of the toilet, I was there asking this question. Like, I was done. Like, it was all. I was like, if we keep asking this, apologizing all the time for the wrongs that we do, does God really hear us? And wait, the forgiveness should we just treat this forgiveness topic as, is it something real or tangible to us? Does he really forgive? So this were the conversation. But I was just like, whoa, may God. That's where the line that said, let God cool off steam, I said. So it was like, God still the vex. So I just came out.
Like when God is calm.
So when he's now
exactly. Exactly. So let God cool off steam, I said. So I just came out of the restroom, and so I started to read the scriptures. Like, I was at Hebrews, so I had read chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. And you know how like the Message translation is where you have the headline. So you just say that. It just wrote the centerpiece of all we believe. I say yes, that is it. So it felt like the gospel really hit me at that point. This song is all to me. As of then, was really what ministered the gospel to me. You get. So I had to see God in the love, in the peace of it, and in, you understand, the salvation. You get. And so while I was there reading the scriptures, and I got to that part, said, dear brethren, this is the centerpiece of all we believe. Take a good hard look. When they got to that place, it said, take a good hard look. Something just from within just hit me like, you know what, call me Looku Looku, my eyes. It just felt like there's this consciousness. I would keep looking. I know this is what it is. I would stay, on. But as of then, what we just had was the chorus. Call me Looku Looku. Yeah.
Does it still seem as though, let God calm down?
Okay, so let me finish this.
Over time.
So let me finish the story. Yeah. So as of then, it was just the chorus, like, call me Looku Looku, my eyes are fixed on Jesus, away from the storms and the waves, la 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 la. Call me Looku Looku, this is how the story ends. I'm becoming what I see, and I'm perfect with Jesus revealed, just that. Yeah. that was just it. I think that was when I shared. In fact, the way we grow in knowledge is amazing. I think as of then, I shared it with JK, and JK was like, Omo, you cannot talk about this thing. No, let people not start associating you with just the guy. You just you understand. But I just felt like that was in the past. That was then. But soon as I grew, I traveled, and the song was just there. But then one thing I now noticed was I was avoiding the actual story, so it was impossible for me to complete the song. Without telling the story, you get. So I for 2 years, this was when I now went to serve in Jos. I was like, I just owned up. I said a prayer. What, God, I'm ready to make this thing, like, write it the way you. I know I had the gift of songwriting, and amazingly I wrote the verse 1. It's amazing how the verse 1 now feels like I was back in that same. Like, you would think I wrote the entire song there in the toilet. Do you understand? But God, in His mercy, just helped me, and I wrote that verse 1. I shared it with somebody. You see, the power of sharing is very amazing. Like, I shared it with somebody. It gave me courage, and I went to school to teach my PPA. Came back with verse 2. Like, I wrote this in the space of 2 days, and finished the verse 1 and verse 2. You get. Then the some parts came in the studio. So the song sped, like, some part came when I traveled home. In fact, at the point I traveled home, I was really studying the song, and it was a lot of bass for me. Like, as a songwriter, to just be like, Mama, let's play with words here. But it became too much that I felt like, let's give the actual message. Paul would say, like, as simple as this thing is, let Jesus be the center of,
Let's hear the song. Let's hear the song.
All right. Locked up in this closet, so red-handed. I'm asking why questions and counting nuts against. Do you get tired of I'm sorry, Lord? Do you really forgive? You see, this fear and doubt is no match for this letter. Say, I love you. I need you to know that I'm that man for you, interceding for you, and you know that there is more to this. My head couldn't take this. Let God cool off steam, I said, but so strong in my heart is these words streaming up now. Call me Looku Looku. My eyes are fixed on Jesus, away from the storms and the waves. La 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 la. Call me Looku Looku. This is how the story ends. I'm becoming what I see, and I'm perfect with Jesus revealed. Call me Looku Looku. My eyes are fixed on Jesus, away from the storms and waves. La 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 la. Call me Looku Looku. This is how the story ends. I'm becoming what I see. He's the vision, so call me Looku Looku. Call me Looku Looku. Just like Mr. Peter, we are all at sea. We're learning to take steps by that which we see. And if any goes under, if any should sink, this fisher of men can reach for you and assures you I love you. I need you to know that I'm that man for you, interceding for you, and you know that there is more to this. Though my legs feel shaky, walking back to the boat with the Lord who saved me, I have this to quote. Call me Looku Looku. My eyes are fixed on Jesus, away from the storms and the waves. La 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 la. Call me Looku Looku. This is how the story ends. I'm becoming what I see, and I'm perfect with Jesus revealed. Call me Looku Looku. My eyes are fixed on Jesus, away from the storms and waves. La 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 la. Call me Looku Looku. And this is how the story ends. I'm becoming what I see. He's the vision, so call me Looku Looku. 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 This hook and line we will sing. This fisher of man has cut me out with his hand. This hook and line we will sing. This fisher of man has cut me out with his hand. This hook and line we will sing. This fisher of man has cut me out with his hand. This hook and line we will sing. This fisher of man has cut me out with his hand. Call me Looku Looku. My eyes are fixed on Jesus, away from the storms and the waves. La 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 la. Call me Looku Looku. This is how the story ends, and I'm perfect with Jesus revealed. And I'm perfect with Jesus revealed. Looku Looku right there.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So, since the song came out, what has it been like? I have to ask you, since the song came out, what has it been like? Testimonies? Have you gotten feedback about how people have been?
Yeah. So
By the song? By the way, before you ask that, songs everywhere, right?
Yeah, on platforms.
Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer. All right.
Yeah. So something happened on. I don't think people. So it was subconscious in the hearts of people to really. So here's the thing. When I wrote the verse 2, that's why I brought up the story of Peter, which talks about like general faith in Christians, yeah. And so at that point, I knew that verse 1 had to do with my personal story. Verse 2 was for everybody, yeah. And then we get to affirm. So I didn't want to just write stories about a song about just our emotions, but then what does the Word of God say about, yeah. So what happened is, as soon as I released the song, I was getting musical feedbacks like it would really help people. Like a lady reached out to me that she had been struggling with God, and the song just helped her restore her, and that was it. But what now blew up was when I saw a lady reach out, do a post. What's her name? The Delphinator. She did a post on. She was asking. I think she was interviewing somebody on masturbation and stuff. And I just went to the comment section and that morning. Somebody had messaged me on WhatsApp, a friend of mine, reaching out, asked her, like, what inspired the song Looku Looku? And I sent him a huge voice note telling him I'm telling him this same story I've laid down with you guys. So as soon as I saw that post, I just dropped like, see, just write. I just paused it. I was like, see, I just sent somebody a voice note now. She gets. And then that was how the lady said, you know what, reach out to me with the voice note too. I forwarded the mail to her, and that was how she created an entire content with the voice note. And that was what a lot of people now started to reach out to me with the same story. So it felt like the goal had been achieved. Like people who are struggling with particular addiction should find, like, it is Jesus alone who can save. Yeah, it's the only comfort. And yeah, so then musically I've been having credits of the production. I mean,
who produced the song?
Yeah, so Mr. IBK Studios, Mr. IBK was such an amazing person, and I mean, the production was it was in the space of 2 years. We kept coming back. Days will not do anything, and so It was a phenomenal production with Mr. Ibike on set. I had who else? Mixed Olives, Mr. Olives mixed with Olives, mixed, and I had phenomenal backup singers and BGV. So I wanted it to have the male and female voice, like so I had Rema honor her, do like the parts she accentuated, and then I had Vic Sings do like the other come along now, sing along now. She do out, she did very good there. So yeah, it was an entire production.
Bode Brown, nice having you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you very much. I'm
Alright.
really excited. Thank you guys. You guys have an amazing space, man. One Body Music Center, except Music Experience Center. Yeah.
Echo.